Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to all in my virtual class. I am Shahjalal Ahmed Pial, lecturer in Finance and Banking, Milestone College, Uttara. I hope all are fine and well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Dear students, let's start the class.
Hello, my dear students. Today I am going to discuss Chapter 4 Financial Analysis in your first part Finance, Banking and Insurance textbook. Today I am also solve a mathematical problems related break-even analysis. After these problem solutions, we will answering the following questions. Definition of break-even point, how to determine the expected profit or desired profit, break-even point, unit and taka, how to determine the total amount of fixed cost. Dear students, let's go to the question. Problem number 2. The following are some information of modern food company. Dear students, look at the questions. This is a stem of these questions. Sale yearly 60,000 units, warehouse rent yearly taka 60,000, factory building rent yearly taka 80,000, office rent monthly taka 5,000, selling price per unit taka 40, variable cost per unit taka 24. Dear students, look at the questions. Here also missing fixed cost. So we must calculate fixed cost before we solve the break-even point. In my previous questions, there are also a missing amount. They are missing selling price. But now these questions missing the fixed amount or fixed cost. So the question number A, what is the break-even point? Question number B, why is break-even point measured in unit and taka? Question number C, according to the stem, how many units will have to be sold if the financial manager desired to earn profit taka 40,000? And required D, in the stem, what should be the effect in BEP, that means break-even point, if the selling price per unit is increased 10%. Dear students, now we'll solve these questions. Solutions. First, we will solve the required number A. What do you mean by the break-even point? The break-even point or BEP is a term in accounting that refers to the situations where a company's revenues and expenses were equal within a specific accounting period. It means that there were no net profits or no net losses for the company, it broke even. In the position of break-even point, there are no loss or no profit. Now, the required B. Required B is why we measured break-even point in unit and taka. A break-even analysis results in neither a profit nor a loss. Instead, it determines the number of sales needed to cover all variable and fixed cost. It calculates the minimum number of units or the minimum amount of money to sell and the sales volume needed to pay all expenses before making a profit. Break-even point is very important to business because it indicates the point of sale that can be covered the total initial investment. If the firm's revenue is above the number of break-even points, then it is considered profitable from the investment. However, if the firm's revenue is below that point, then the firm is still at a loss. So, my dear students, we calculate break-even point in taka and unit because we compare units, selling units, and we also compare in the amount of money that will be the break-even point. A businessman must reach the break-even point. After break-even point or crossing break-even point, he will profit. My dear students, now we calculate the required number C, expected profit sale or target profit even break-even point unit. This is the formula of expected profit sale or target profit break-even point unit. Fixed cost plus expected profit divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Given that selling price per unit equals to taka 40, variable cost per unit equals to taka 24, expected profit or TGR profit equals to taka 40,000, fixed cost equals to question marks. Dear students, these questions fixed cost are not given, so we calculate fixed cost working for the fixed cost. Fixed cost equals to warehouse rent yearly plus factory building rent yearly plus office rent monthly into 12 because office rent converted to yearly multiply by 12. Here warehouse rent yearly equals to taka 60,000 plus factory building rent yearly taka 80,000 plus office rent monthly 5,000 into 12. So total fixed cost equals to taka 2 lakhs. Now we putting the value in the formula. fixed cost equals to 2 lakhs plus expected profit 40,000 divided by selling price 40 minus variable cost 24. After calculation, we find out the value expected profit sale or target profit break-even units equals to 15,000 units. Now we calculate expected sale or target profit break-even point into taka. The students expected profit sale or target profit break-even point taka equals to expected profit break-even point unit into selling price per unit. Here, expected profit break-even point unit equals to 15,000 into selling price per unit equals to taka 40. After calculations, the value will be taka 6 lakhs. This is the expected profit sales amount. Dear students, now we require D. Here, a compared break-even point before increasing the selling price, after increasing the selling price. So, we solve this requirement 2 times. First times, break-even point before increasing selling price, then second time, break-even point after increasing selling price. So first we calculate break-even point before increase of selling price. This is the formula of break-even point. Fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Fixed cost taka 2 lakhs divided by selling price per unit taka 40 in normal situations minus variable cost taka 24. And we find out the result of BEP in units 12,500 units. Now we find out after increasing of selling price break-even point. First we calculate new selling price per unit. If the selling price per unit is increased by 10%, then the new selling price will be 40 plus 40 into 10%, that means 40 plus 4 equals to taka 44 is the new selling price. Now we calculate break-even point by the new selling price. Fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Fixed cost 2 lakhs divided by new selling price is 44 minus variable cost 24. And we will find out the result of BEP 10,000 units. So, my dear students, after comparison to break-even point, we can say that if the selling price increased, then the break-even point will be decreased. So, my dear students, I hope all are understood how to calculate desired profit break-even point and comparison break-even point, increasing selling price or decreasing selling price. Thank you.
For further information or any query of you, you must contact with me in various connections as like email. My email address is sohela6@gmail.com. Also WhatsApp number 01674800871, and also Facebook or messengers, and also my channel, YouTube channels.